Well, we are starting things back in the darkroom. Of course, I had one screen I needed to get coded because I have a big round of prints I'm doing this week. It's a set of onesies, a set of infant tees, and then a bigger set of toddler tees. I think like 50 something odd toddler tees. A lot of toddler tees that I'm printing this week. So I want to try to get that screen that I just taken care of tonight. By that I mean I want it exposed, both sides ready to go, taped up, and all that fun stuff for either tomorrow or the following day. Probably the following day, because I think I have a bunch of stuff I need to do running around wise tomorrow. So I don't really think I'm gonna have a chance to print them the day that I want to print them. Still ahead, but I'd really like to be extra ahead. Anyway, so I gotta get out of here because I don't need to be in here anymore. Let's switch rooms and then we'll continue this conversation we're having. Well, while I do have that screen coded, I don't have the transparencies for it, so I have to work on that next before I do any of that stuff, because I can't without the transparencies. But what I have to do before that is measure out the garments themselves. I want to try to get as big as I possibly can on the smallest garment. That way it'll also look pretty decent on the largest garment. I might have to double up screens, so I might have to do a small one and a large one so it looks better, but that's okay. There's plenty of room on one screen for me to put one on top, one on bottom, and then just use that single screen for when I print everything, which would be super convenient. So we're going to get this room a little bit more well lit, take care of some more email stuff, take care of that, get the transparencies printed and doubled up, and then we'll check on the screen to see how it is drying wise. I don't think it'll be done by then, but we'll see. Maybe it will be. That is quite a bit of stuff done. Got those transparencies taken care of. These two right here, these two little small things. And I got a bunch of computer work done. I am out of ink in one of my printers, so that kind of puts a foil on one of the things I need to make tonight/tomorrow. So I gotta wait till Thursday. That's when I'll get more ink in. So, bummer, but not that big of a deal since I just have some ink coming in. Anyway, I think the screen's dry, so let's go check on the screen. If it's ready to go, then we're gonna get these taken care of and get that whole screen set up and hopefully ready by midnight or before. Ideally before, because midnight's late. All right, well that looks like it is ready to go. So let's get those going. Took a little bit of work, but we're good, or we should be good. We'll find out when I start printing, but it looks like everything's gonna be just fine the way I have it laid out. The smaller onesie prints have to kind of go the opposite way that they would normally go if you were printing something like on a regular sized or smaller sized platen. That's just the way I have to feed them in for the machines that the platen that I have in here. Bigger print, just fine, just the normal normal layout where you would normally place it on the screen for printing. So not too much of a big deal there. So what will happen is that will get taped up, or that one will get taped up first. Either way, one will get taped up first while I print the other. And then once that's done, I will tape the underside and print the other print. These guys need to cook, and yeah, I'll get them rinsed out. And they'll dry and hopefully be done well before I was hoping they would be done. So, good job. A little after midnight. I did get that screen done right at midnight, and that's only because I started to work on this video. I actually got all of it done with the exception of this clip here, this one that's going on right now, but I also got some more computer work done, which is fantastic. I am completely caught up in emails and the majority of my design work. I have one more thing I have to work on, and it's kind of the thing I was putting off so I can focus in a little bit more with a little bit more time. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow. But other than that, screen's ready to go. That room is ready to be worked in, something like that. It's ready to work. I'm ready to do more stuff in that room as opposed to it only being a dark room, because it's a little hard to work in there when it's a dark room. So we got a bunch of stuff I need to do tomorrow, a bunch of production work I need to do, some orders I have to get out, and I would like to start printing those shirts, onesies, and well, yeah, they're just shirts and onesies. So I want to get started on that order, at least get some of it started and finished, because I would like to have them done before the end of the week, which is totally doable. Not even any issue whatsoever. So since it's 1:30 in the morning right now, we're gonna call it a day, so I can kind of unwind just a little bit, because it's been non-stop since this morning, and it's gonna be non-stop tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, I'm gonna bring you guys with me because that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have no idea why, but that's what we're doing. So I will see you tomorrow, next video, hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah, that's all I got for right now. Pretty tired, blah. Okay, bye.